rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Here.
Councilmember Page?
Here.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Here.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
He said here, he yelled it, but I'm here also.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Stanger?
Here.
Councilmember Quinn?
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Approval of the journal.
I move for approval of the journal. Second. From last week. September 2nd.
That's close enough.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we'll move to communications.
Madam Chair, there are no tax compromises or zoning matters this evening, so I'll move to road and bridge matters. Under road and bridge matters, item number 1, 1st, 2nd, and 4th districts.
Receive, file, plan specifications, and detailed estimate of costs be approved, and the Director of Procurement be authorized to advertise for bids pending Federal Highway Administration authorization as requested, and a copy of this report be sent to the interested parties.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2, 5th district.
Receive, file, and refer to the St. Louis County Complete Streets Interdepartmental Advisory Team for review and response.
So ordered.
Moving on to other communications, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 6th district.
Receive, file, and the replacement deposit agreement be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 3, 7th district.
Same motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 4.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 5, 6th district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 6, 3rd district.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 7.
Same motion, and that will be the order.
Item number 8, 1st district.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and the copy of this report be sent to the city of Overland, and that will be the order.
Item number 9, 6th district.
Receive, file, and the subdivision plat and the deposit agreements be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 10, 3rd district.
Receive, file, and the change of managing officer be approved as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 11, 6th district.
Receive and file.
So ordered. Please read the add-ons.
Item number 1, 6th district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 2.
Receive and file, and that will be the order. County Executive, do we do your reports?
Madam Chair, today we went to the market for municipal bonds for the tax anticipation notes of $15 million. We went for competitive bids. We had 6 responses, and it came back as 0.13. 0.13. In other words, we bought $15 million for $20,000. So I think we did a very great job, and I think it was half what it was last year, so very good. That's all I have to report.
Excellent. There are no reports of special committees this evening, so we'll move to the public forum. We have 2 speakers. Our first speaker is Tom Sullivan.
Madam Chair, members of the council, it was surprising that the council would approve up to $1 million for Ferguson with little knowledge or information of how it would be spent. I especially don't understand why some of the funding is to cover transportation costs. It seems the Metro Transit Agency should be more than able to provide any service that's needed without any additional funding. In 2010, St. Louis County voters approved a tax increase for Metro that is generating a 100% increase in tax dollars, $75 million more a year. They have now taken in nearly $300 million of additional funding from this tax from St. Louis County. There's been a lot of talk lately about jobs and opportunity, but the problem with many low-income residents is getting to the jobs. It isn't easy when using public transit in St. Louis. The emphasis at Metro has been on providing Metrolink service for those that have cars rather than service for those dependent on public transit. Since 80% or more of the transit dependent are minorities, this points to the discrimination in transit policies. In 2011, the Brookings Institution came out with a report on access to public transit in cities throughout the country. St. Louis ranked 5th worst. The report claimed 81,000 area households don't have a car, and 82% of residents without cars do not have easy access to public transit. It also said it takes more than 90 minutes to reach most jobs using public transit in the St. Louis area. Early this year, it was reported that overcrowding on the Grand Avenue bus line and other routes where many riders are dependent on public transit. The overcrowding is so bad at times on the Grand Line that some riders are left at the curb. Several of the overcrowded bus lines are in North St. Louis County. All kinds of promises were made to this council and voters in 2010 when the big tax increase for Metro was on the ballot. It's 4 years later and they still haven't been kept. Bob Baer, the Metro CEO at the time, said a tax hike would allow Metro to, quote, restore, enhance, and expand transit service. The head of the campaign, John Nations, repeatedly said the tax hike was needed for Metro to get people to their jobs. As you know, John Nations was named Metro CEO after the election. It would be hard to imagine a worse choice. While Metro does such a poor job of getting residents to jobs, it provides Washington University, one of the wealthiest universities in this country, with a shuttle service that costs taxpayers millions of dollars a year to subsidize. These matters have all been brought to the council's attention but were ignored. With Metro and many other areas, this council fails miserably to oversee how tax dollars are being spent. There's a much greater need to monitor Metro operations. It does little good to be talking about jobs if not everyone has a way to get to them. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Jerry Baum.
Good evening, County Council members. My name is Jerry Baum of South Hills Subdivision, and I am here again to speak about PC 1714 and why I'm opposed. This rezoning of 13-plus acres will increase the traffic considerably in our subdivision and will cause the destruction of a large wooded area adjacent to Susan Park, not keeping with the park-like setting the residents of South Hill and Susan Pine Apartments have enjoyed. The land on both sides of Susan Hills Drive, being considered for rezoning, has provided a lovely landscape buffer, allowing the apartments and homeowners to coexist nicely. I would like to again reiterate that I don't feel the residents of South Hill were properly informed of the development plans. No public notice was placed in our subdivision, and we're part of the PEU, although we are an integral part of this. Without South Hill subdivision, that area, if it stood alone, would not be allowed to be as dense as it is. And now they're going to add 65 more units with over 130 parking spaces. My understanding in talking to John Eilerman, Chairman and CEO of McBride, is that McBride has purchased the 13.5 acres from a bank, and he said that they are closing on this purchase next week. Mind you, the County Council rezoning, you haven't taken your vote yet, and it hasn't occurred. He already thinks it's a done deal. I've heard a bankruptcy was involved, and the bank is selling the property for much less than its value. A really nice value if you can get it, and if you know the rezoning will be in your favor. Mr. Eilerman stated that this property is separate from Susan Pines Apartments. I also talked to Shannon at Susan Pines, and she had no idea what I was talking about when I called about the villas and townhomes that were in the development. I asked her if it was being built on their property, and she said no. I asked if the property was sold off, and she said she had no idea what I was talking about, and that I would have to call the county. If this 13.5 acre property is separate from the apartments and the subdivision, I wonder if it is therefore actually and technically part of the PEU anymore. in which case the zoning issue is a moot point. I think this PC 1714 needs to be tabled until there is more information given to the residents and wise decisions can then be made after allowing for their feedback versus the residents thinking this is a done deal. When I submitted the petitions to you a couple weeks ago, the majority of those people did not know about this development and its plans until we presented the petition. The homeowners and apartment residents live here. The developers don't. We have more at stake. I ask each of you council members, especially you, Steve Stenger, who's our district councilman, please be open, have an open mind, and listen to your conscience when you are asked to vote on PC 1714. We, the residents, will be looking closely at everyone's vote on this matter, and then we'll be going to the polls in the future to vote for those who have helped us. And we do need your help. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That will conclude the public forum, introduction of bills.
Bill number 207, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $300,000 per year for 3 years from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services for support of a Healthy Families America Home Visiting Program, appropriating up to $300,000 for support of said program, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 208, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with McCarthy Holdings Incorporated and Rock Hill Quarries Company for a license for St. Louis County to use property as a carriage ride staging area during the 2014 Winter Wonderland event. Bill number 209, introduced by Councilmember Quinn, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with the city of Wildwood for lease of 99 acres of property for Sherman Beach Park and for development of improvements. Bill number 210, introduced by Councilmember Stanger, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to grant an easement within Jefferson Barracks Park to Missouri American Water Company for replacement of a water main and authorizing execution of necessary documents. Madam Chair, that is all the bills.
Perfection of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
So ordered.
Bill number 69, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold on Bill 69, and that will be the order.
Bill number 118, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold Bill 118, and that will be the order.
Bill number 123, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold Bill 123, and that will be the order.
Bill number 202, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I take it up, I move perfection of bill number 202.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 202 is perfected.
Bill number 203, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for perfection of bill number 203.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 203 is perfected.
Bill number 204, introduced by Councilmember Page.
I move to perfect Bill number 204.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 204 is perfected.
Bill number 205, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for perfection of bill number 205.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 205 is perfected.
Bill number 206, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for perfection of bill number 206.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 206 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 330, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Please hold.
Bill number 330 is held.
Bill number 187, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move for final passage of Bill number 187.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 187, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 187 is finally passed.
Bill number 197, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 197.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 197, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 197 is finally passed.
Bill number 200, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final pass for bill number 200.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
I'm sorry.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 200, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 200 is finally passed.
Madam Chair, we have no resolutions this evening, so we'll move on to unfinished business. Under unfinished business, item number 1.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, 4th District.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 5th District.
Please hold.
So ordered.
Item number 5, 5th District.
Please hold.
So ordered.
And Madam Chair, under new business this evening, we have 3 prepared orders.
I move for adoptions of orders 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Orders number 1, 2, and 3 are adopted.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.